Hi guys, so we're getting close to Christmas, and this week I'm going to be doing a bunch of Christmas treats. I like to do a bunch of them, put them all together and give them to like neighbors and friends as gifts for Christmas. I just think they're just nice and they're easy. So yesterday I made peppermint bark, but I couldn't figure out how to video that one because when you make peppermint bark, that's just melting a lot of chocolate, and I'm just literally going back and forth to the microwave because that's where I melt it. I think that's the easiest way to do it. And so I'm just going back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, and I just didn't think that would be a very good video. Anyway, Brandon said that he could edit that. So this one that I'm going to do, this one's turtles. And this one involves a bunch of melting chocolate too. So I'm just going to try this and hopefully can video it and make it look like it's interesting for y'all. Anyway, to start with, my base is usually just a big old chunk of chocolate, and then I just add things to it to give it more flavor. I just find that it's a little bit cheaper, a little more economical, and it goes a little bit and it tastes just fine. So in this case, I'm just going to take and I'm going to chop up this large chocolate bar for melting. And all I really do on this is I just break it up into smaller pieces, just so it melts a little bit easier. That's my base. So I'm gonna go melt this and I'll be back. Okay, so that took all of maybe 2.5 minutes to do. And all I do is, the first time I put it in there, I put it in for 1 minute, and then I pull it out and I stir it. And then after that, I do it for 30 seconds each time until it's completely melted down. You don't want to do it for a long period of time. The minute on the first time is pretty much fine because it's kind of cool. But once it starts getting warm, if you do it too long, you will literally burn your chocolate in the microwave. So once I get that base part done, then I add additional chocolate. And so in this one is bittersweet chocolate. So I add that, and I stir that in, and just let the heat of the chocolate melt it. I think that by doing it this way is one of the good ways of doing it because it kind of tempers the chocolate. You don't want your chocolate to ever get higher than 95 degrees. If it gets higher than 95 degrees, when it hardens, it's going to be dull. It won't have that shininess to it. And if you're doing a really thin chocolate, like almond bark or something like that, it won't snap. It'll just bend. It'll turn into more like fudge is what'll end up happening. Okay, so that melted that down. So the next one I'm going to add is semi-sweet chocolate. And this is cooled down, so it's not going to finish melting. So I'm going to go back to the microwave and put it in for another 30 seconds. Okay, so that took, it took 30 seconds to fully melt it back down. So to this, I'm going to put in chopped pecans. I might chop them up a little bit more. And this bag has fully half ones in it, so I'm kind of picking them out because I'm going to put them on top of the turtles after I make them. Because what's a turtle without a shell, right? Also, I forgot to tell you, I put a little bit of espresso powder into the chocolate. I forgot to do that earlier. I don't really have a recipe for this. I'm just kind of folding in the pecans just so I can get a good consistency. And then for the caramels, I use these little caramel bits. I used to before buy those other caramels and chop them up, and it was just a lot of work. This is so much easier. Okay, so once we have that all done, then we're going to take some sheet pans. We'll get some parchment paper, put them on there, and then I just drop them by spoonfuls onto the parchment paper. And then I just take the pecans and just put a pecan right on top. And then if you want a little bit of extra, you can take some of the flake sea salt and just put a few on there. And then you'll get that salted caramel effect. I don't do this with all of them, just some of them. Not everybody likes it. So there you go. That's my version of turtles. So we're gonna let these set, and then once they've hardened, I'll come back and get you, and looks like I have a whole bunch more to do. So, like I said, when I get them all done, and they're all cooled and everything, I'll come back and get you and show you what they look like at the end. Hey guys, so they're all set. They came out pretty good, at least for my version of a turtle. They kind of look like those peanut clusters, but instead of peanuts, of course, they're pecans and caramel, but they're pretty good. So I have to admit, every single year I make these, I say I'm gonna make them smaller so that they're more bite-sized instead of a hunk of chocolate, but I never seem to do that. They always end up really big. Anyway, so to recap, I'm gonna store them in these little, I don't know, Rubbermaid things. And then I just stick them in the fridge. And then by the end of the week, I'll have everything all made, and then I can make up my little packages. But for the ingredients on this, again, I have no recipe for it. I just used a big old chunk of chocolate. This was one of those almond bark things. And then I just added to it, because these really don't have a lot of flavor, but they're perfect for a base. But I did add some of the Ghirardelli Bittersweet, a whole package of that. So that was like, I don't know, that's a 10-ounce package. And that was just one block of that. And then the Ghirardelli Semi-Sweet, that was a 12-ounce package. And then I think it was probably about 5 or 6 cups of chopped pecans. And then 2 bags of these caramel bits. These are a lifesaver as far as not having to unwrap a whole bunch of caramels and cut them all up to put in your thing. I really like these, these are awesome. Anyway, oh, and then I did put a little bit of that espresso powder in that. I love putting that stuff in when you have chocolate. And then I just scooped them on the pan and put a little pecan on them. Some again have some of the flaked salt, and then some are plain. Anyway, I'm gonna store these in these, put them in the fridge, and be done with it. And then as we go along through this week, we're gonna have a couple more things to make, and then we'll make the packages. I'll do that with you too. Anyway, hope you're all having a great evening. Hope you enjoyed this video, and I will talk to you in the next one. Bye.